Good morning, dear students. This is Mr. Osama Ali Abdul Jawad Aqul, Traveler 4 lesson, Unit 4 Vocabulary and Grammar. We are going to study conditional sentences type 3, and this is when we use if with two actions, one in the past and other is the result of this conditional sentence. Let's see how can we form this conditional sentence. Yes, this is the form of the third conditional sentence. We are going to start with the word if plus past perfect. What is past perfect? Past perfect consists of had and the past participle, or the third form of the verb. This is the first action that we imagine it happened in the past, but it didn't really happen. So after this action, we use comma, we put comma to separate the two actions. Then we are going to use would have plus past participle of the verb, or the third form of the verb. This action, the last action, is the past result. So there is two actions after we use if to imagine something happened in the past. Let's see some examples or the form of it. How can we use it? We use this third conditional when we are going to talk about the result of changing events in the past. Changing events in the past, so something didn't happen and we imagine that it happened. This is a story about what happened in the country. Last weekend we were in the country, so we imagine some things that happened, but we imagine that it didn't happen. First, if you had slept earlier, that means you hadn't slept earlier. You slept late. But we imagine if you had slept earlier, this is the first action, this is the imagination of us. What is the result? You wouldn't have felt tired. You wouldn't have felt tired. This is a past result. We imagine it happened. Another example, if I had done exercise like this in the picture, the result would be I would have felt stronger. I would have felt stronger. If we hadn't eaten junk food, we wouldn't have felt sick. We wouldn't have felt sick. This is the form again, if plus past perfect, and the other action would have plus past participle. We can use it in another form, in another way, to replace the two positions, to exchange if with the past perfect with the other action. We are going to start with would have and past participle, and if with the past perfect will be at the end of the sentence. So we are going to begin with a result, then we are going to write the condition. See here the first example, he wouldn't have felt sick. He wouldn't have felt sick. So now we are going to continue with if after the first action. If he had taken his medicine. If he had taken his medicine. Another example. She wouldn't have got sunburned. She wouldn't have got sunburned if she had used sun cream. If she had used sun cream. Another example. They would have felt cooler. They would have felt cooler if they had drank more water. If they had drank more water. Another example. The weekend could have been fun. The weekend could have been fun if we had been nicer to each other. If we had been nicer to each other. This is how to be nice. So, this is the second part of the conditional type 3. We can use if with past perfect as a condition, and then we are going to imagine some result, but not in the past, in the present. Not in the past, in the present. How can we do this? We will write would plus verb in the infinitive form. This is when we want to express present result. We are going to use would with a verb in infinitive form or in the first form. Would plus verb in infinitive. This is present result. This weekend we are going to talk about present. So this weekend at home. This weekend. If you had slept more last night, if you had slept more last night, you wouldn't feel tired this morning. This morning. You wouldn't feel tired this morning. This is what? This is a present result. A present result. If I had done exercise this morning, if I had done exercise this morning, now I would feel strong and fit. Now I would feel strong and fit. If we hadn't eaten junk food today, if we hadn't eaten junk food today, we wouldn't feel sick right now. We wouldn't feel sick right now. Again, we can exchange the positions, the places. If past perfect and comma, then would plus the verb in infinitive, and we are going to exchange the places. We are going to begin with would plus verb in the infinitive, then we write if plus past perfect as a condition. He wouldn't feel bad today. He wouldn't feel bad today. This is the present result. If he had taken his pills yesterday, if he had taken his pills yesterday, she wouldn't be sunburned. She wouldn't be sunburned. If she had used sun cream last Sunday, if she had used sun cream last Sunday, they would feel fresh right now. They would feel fresh right now. Right now means it's in the present. If they had drunk water before. If they had drunk water before. Our house wouldn't be crazy now. Our house wouldn't be crazy now. If we had been nicer to each other. If we had been nicer to each other. Now we are going to have some verbs in the infinitive form: sleep, feel, do, eat, take, get, use, drink, be. Again: sleep, feel, do, eat, take, get, use, drink, be. Now we are going to see how can we use these verbs in the past participle: slept, felt, done, eaten, taken, got, used, drunk, been. Again: slept, felt, done, eaten, taken, got, used, drunk, been. Let's revise some expressions we used before in the lesson. Sleep, do exercise, do exercise, eat well, eat well. Take medicine, take medicine, take medicine. Use sun cream, drink water, drink water, drink water. Be nice. This is the third conditional, and now we are going to move to the conclusion of the lesson about how can and when we use the expression of the conditional type 3. They are used for unreal situations. They are used for unreal situations in the past, or to express regret, or to express regret about something that happened or didn't happen. Again, they are used for unreal situations in the past, or to express regret about something that happened or didn't happen. Two forms: past result, past result. The first action with if and the clause, if plus past perfect. If plus past perfect means we are going to write had plus the past participle of the verb. The second action or the second clause is the mean clause. We are going to use would, but instead of would we can use could, we can use might. One of them only should be enough. Only one of them, would or could or might, plus have plus the past participle of the verb. This is when we use past result. But if we are going to express a present result, the if clause remains the same: if plus past perfect, had, and the past participle of the verb, but the mean clause will be would or could or might just before, but plus what infinitive or the verb in infinitive. That means the verb in the form number 1. Now we move to the practice. Complete the dialogues using the correct form of the verbs in brackets. The first example or the first question: how did Tony do in the interview? How did Tony do in the interview? Not too well. If his CV, verb be, more professional, he get the job. He get the job. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. The answer will be just like this. We are going to correct the verb be and the verb get in the brackets. Let's see. Yes, not too well. If his CV had been, so the past participle of be is been, and we used had before it, had and been. The second verb get will be would have get. Would plus have plus the past participle of get is got.